and Dana Loesch, editor of BigJournalism.com. Dana, let me start with you. Santorum's saying he's the real conservative candidate in this race. He's probably hoping Newt Gingrich will step aside, let him go one-on-one with Mitt Romney. You think that's going to happen?
Well, Gingrich's campaign was signaling that that was going to happen. Just a few days ago, they were saying that Alabama and Mississippi are must-win states for Newt Gingrich and that he really needs to perform in these southern states in order to have a viable campaign from here on out. And now it seems as though they're kind of changing their story. Now they're still going all the way to Tampa. So I'm not quite sure what the story is there. I know the Santorum folks would love to see Newt Gingrich step out, and I think we're at the point where we have to start asking ourselves, are we dividing the conservative vote? If you look at the exit polling data, I mean, definitely we are. Santorum is getting the more conservative voters, but the center-right voters are getting split amongst all the candidates. And Newt Gingrich at this point is proving to be more of a spoil for Santorum than he is Romney, I think.
Illinois next Tuesday. What's going to happen there?
Illinois is a typically very moderate Republican base, at least in Illinois. I mean, obviously, it's going to go blue. There's no hope in the general election of that state going to Republicans at all whatsoever. Santorum not being on the ballot in 4 congressional districts, I don't know if that's going to be it's going to have all that much of an impact, because I expect Illinois to go to Mitt Romney. Now, my state of Missouri, I expect Missouri to go to Santorum. We have, because of the law in Missouri, it's a little weird. We had a primary that you got no delegates out of it, and then we have a caucus that's coming up, 52 delegates at stake. Rick Santorum did incredibly well the last primary, even though Newt Gingrich wasn't on the ballot. And even though Newt Gingrich will be on the ballot for the caucus, I don't think that Mitt Romney is going to do incredibly well. It tends to go towards Rick Santorum, and I take that all the way back to Prop C. People in Missouri don't like mandated health care in any form, and we saw that with Prop C back in 2010 midterm elections. So Illinois is going to go to Romney, but I think Missouri will go to Santorum.
Dana, let me ask you the same question. Who's a stronger general election candidate among the Republicans as far as women are concerned?
Well, frankly, when you look back at, again, I break it all down to all of the exit polling data going back from Iowa and just examining all of the contests. Gingrich did exceptionally well with women, especially in South Carolina, and this was right after the whole ex-wife controversy that came about. And Rick Santorum, despite everything that's been said about him, he's actually been doing incredibly well with women in southern states, in Alabama and Mississippi as well. But in terms of the general election, you know, I honestly think any one of these candidates is going to do well so long as they're able to articulate conservatism and show that their policies aren't just attractive to men and Republican males, but also to women too. And that to me seems relatively easy. But unfortunately, every single one of these primary candidates, to be frank, Wolf, have had difficulty in doing that to some extent or another.